Good morning.
Hello. We're here again. It's Sunday again. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's Sunday. Um, and on Sundays we do words. We're doing kind words today. Little effort to keep our problems in perspective, I suppose. Think about people who aren't us. What's the average Chinese teenager going through today? Um, the average troubled trans young person.
Awkward way to say that, but that's where we're reading problems from usually, so at the moment. I had a bunch of shit I wanted to say. I don't remember what any of it was anymore. I'm having a good time with the Diablo 4 beta still. I played a bunch more last night, got the Necromancer to 25. Got my Golem. Wasn't that impressed with the Golem. I want to try and get the Golem and Bone Storm going at the same time. I feel like I'm lacking skill slots. But that's all Diablo 4 talk, you know? I'm just thinking about it. I might play some after we stop this Kind Words Day. If I have the chance. Got some other stuff I gotta do too. I don't know. Did they ever arrest Trump? You know, I thought about it a lot on Tuesday when they were talking about it. I don't remember if they... I mean, they must not have. I would have heard about it, you know? It just sort of slipped out of my vision. When nobody's talking about it, it can't have happened, right? Let's get in here. Let's get started. I haven't really thought about like what's happened in the last week for the last few days, so I guess Kind Words Day is an opportunity for us to reflect on what we've done with our lives for the last week too. Uh Damn, fucking Ed's dead. That's so insane to me still. We're not going to write any more notes about it because I'm just going to keep reminding myself about it, but it's fucking nuts. Another lady down the street died last Sunday morning. I didn't hear about it until afterwards. After Words Day. Yes, last week. But, you know, she was sick. She was old. She's had declining health for like 3 or 4 years. Ever since I first met her, like she wasn't good looking when we first met, you know. So I don't know. I'm trying to like reconcile in my head why Ed feels so strange. Ed passing feels so strange when Linda passing doesn't feel strange at all, you know. Um, yeah, I don't know. Shit. Doesn't it feel like there should be a consolation prize when somebody dies? We're just gone. I'd argue we do get a consolation prize. We got to know them. Loss is truly terrible, but its pain comes from the value we received when said person was around. Could be a close relationship, could be a business relationship, could simply be smiling as you hand them their coffee. They are coffee. Knowing they're gone is a good chance to remember that they were here. I'm feeling very nasally. Because we're all temporarily fleeting flashes on this spinning rock, but those flashes leave reflections and echoes. If you look for them, you'll see the impact. What is... Oh, that's a J, a fellow J. You'll see the impact. They's still here. Thank you, fellow J. And what, the sleepy guy? Oh, it doesn't feel like much of a consolation prize, though. I doubt devaluing someone's life to a consolation prize is a good idea. Not really what I was saying. You can't replace a life with a piece of paper. Ultimately, the best way to remember them is to remember the memories you had with them. Plus, their belongings are kind of a prize. Sometimes it's because they leave some money behind, or maybe you just let some objects that let you remember them. Those memories are the best gifts you could ever get, I guess. I wasn't related to Ed. We're not receiving any inheritance from Ed. He was just a guy down the street whose family I kind of like, even though they're a little fucked up. More than kind of like. I like his family. I don't know. That's really the worst, the bigger part of it. It's not like Ed and I weren't like that close, you know? He's older than me by a good bit, and I liked him a lot. Every interaction I ever had with him was fine. You know? We weren't BFFs, but we shared some giggles, you know? Person gets a steak. They sent us a tree in a glass. We're sending them a steak back. But it's not like... Yeah, I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Free from the chaos of this realm. This might be my favorite one. He's made it out of the grinder, you know? I guess. One day we'll make it too. Not true. We're disagreeing with all our airplanes today. We're going to tell them they're not true. We're not important. Somebody out there is important, but it ain't me. Alright, I'm done putting my shoes on. Got my warm toes. I don't know. What else did we want to talk about? I had like a list of things in my head. I got a good idea for my question too. There's been a weird occurrence in my life recently. I'm not super involved with it, but it's still kind of a weird thing. That will make a good question. Better yourself, and remember, it'll be okay. Generic hero. I don't know what generic hero means, but... Time flies more and more rapidly. Maybe continuous growth of mine is the reason I think. It is a little terrible and grievous, but people have no idea but to meet the fate. This is some... oh, fuck, but they misspelled desire. The desire of new thing is endless, but it requires a leap of faith. I was going to say this is Google Translate, but this is full of errors that Google Translate doesn't really make, right? The comma with no space after, the misspellings. So I think this is just bad English. Which, to be clear, I would much rather read than Google Translate bad English. Doesn't really seem like they have something that I could respond to, though, is the other thing. Time flies more and more rapidly. True. Definitely true. I don't know what the second sentence even means. It is a little terrible and grievous, but people have no idea but to meet the fate. Desire of new things is endless. True. I'm not really sure if A's looking for any sort of response. This is not a good... let's just back out of that. That's not a good response, you know? He'll get his responses from somebody else. Thank you for seeing this. I decided to have no marriage and kid in my life. Of course, no one will support me. I haven't told them. My goals are to have a life myself, feed myself, have cat and dog, keep on my study. They sounds like a little impossible, but I promise myself. This is a hard one for us to give advice on, too. Because, you know, it's good. That's fine. You can be on your own. There's nothing wrong with being on your own, right? But I think the reason no one would support young F is that they... you know, it's hard to imagine for somebody who hasn't been on their own that you can be happy that way, right? And like everybody's parents, I don't know, 80% of the world just like flits from relationship to relationship. They you know, have an arranged marriage. They get married when they're 18. Or, you know, you meet the love of your life in high school or whatever, and you get married. And you have kids. And that's all that life is, you know? There's not, it's hard for people who have only done that to imagine being on your own for even a little while, I guess. Which is fine, because that's just another way of living too, but I think that's where the lack of support comes from, I guess, is what I'm getting at. And they don't want, maybe it's more that they don't want F to miss out on what they experienced, right? Because that's a gigantic part of life. Marriage and kids. And I'm sure F is a teenager, because that's the only people who play Kind Words, right? Probably 15. Talking about how they are never going to find a boy to like. Or never going to have a kid. And so you don't... Nobody wants that, I guess, for their children. Sort of ingrained in us is a desire to procreate, you know? To see your genetics passed down through generations. I don't know. I don't want to suggest that they're going to change their mind later when they get older, you know? But I think a lot of people do. A lot of people who say that they're never going to have kids, never want to get married. I think a lot of them regret that later. And sometimes they're too late, sort of thing. But I imagine some don't. I don't want to... I don't want to be discouraging, I suppose. Maybe we just leave it at this. Let's throw out a little, cute little seal block guy. It's a busy day for me. I had many after-school classes. I think it's meaningless, but I can do nothing. I'm so tired I even just slept 4 hours yesterday. I'm afraid I can't stand this kind of life. Shit, what do we say to that, though? We can't tell him to, like, give up. Drop out of school. Yeah, I know you're busy with after-school shit, but... become a bum, dude. But if we, on the other hand, encourage him to continue to overwork himself, what do we then? Problem is, it's a toughie. You can do it. Hang in there. Send him a picture of a cat hanging from a tree. Oh, I mean, telling him he's stuck in it too, that's bad too. I mean, shit. There's nothing that I can say that's going to be a good result, I guess. Because he is stuck in it, but that's not going to make him happy. You know? I don't know. You say, you're doing too much, you're gonna burn out, you gotta stop. And he stops and then what, you know? Or say, you gotta keep going, you can do it. But he doesn't sound like he wants to. You know? Sounds like that's probably not what he wants to hear. You say, oh, it is what it is, man, you kinda just gotta tough it out. That's like a little defeatist, I guess, you know? Not gonna make him feel better. I don't know, man. I hate to say, like, you know, this kid's problems aren't big. Like, he's exhausted from after-school classes. Not a big problem, right? Not the sort of thing that you couldn't tough out, like, eat your veggies, kid, you know? But that's not... It doesn't help in the moment, I guess. At the time, right? I'm sure this kid feels like only sleeping 4 hours is terrible, when 4 hours is not that bad, to be honest. It's certainly less than I get now, most of the time. I wouldn't encourage anybody to sleep on 4 hours a night long term. Sleep deprivation is brutal. I went through a long period where I was sleep deprived all the time. It was you know, I wouldn't go back and change a lot of things in my life, but if I had that ability, that might be it. I might make myself sleep more because it was awful. Fucked a lot of things up in my life. Um, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what to say to this fucking person. I don't know, man. It'll all be over soon. We'll escape the chaos of this realm at some point. My boyfriend becomes really selfish and self-centered on his antidepressants and stops being considerate. I know he needs them, but it's hard to cope with how cold they make him sometimes. It hurts. I feel unconsidered, but I want to support him. I feel conflicted. Uh... I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think we're going to go to the old reliable. You got to talk with him about it. We want to validate the question asker a little bit, you know? You deserve to have your feelings considered. Totally true. It's not good in your relationship if you're not feeling considered. You know? Like, my pills kind of turned me into an asshole. Is it just the doctor's just gonna say, no, they just make you how you're supposed to be. You're just an asshole. You're just an inconsiderate boyfriend. He's your complimentary wife beater. You know? I don't know. I don't know if that's good advice or not. Fuck it. Who cares though? It, I'm sure that they both have their problems and that they both should be considered and supported. And I think that's a good thing to say. And I'm also sure that they should talk about it together and not to kind words. Although, kind words doesn't hurt. Tell me about your special hobbies / interests that you'd recommend to pick up? Question mark. Gosh, I don't really have any. I'm in a hobby drought right now, you know? You know what I want to do is I want to start riding the bicycle again. I kind of dug it out last spring. It wasn't even last spring, last fall. And was messing around with like an old bike, but I didn't end up really taking it anywhere. The problem is that I live on a one long stretch of flat road. It's literally like 7 miles, 8, maybe it's 9. Fuck, it might be more. 11? I don't know. Somewhere between, let's say, 8 and 11 miles to the store I work at. Down one road. You gotta make a little turn at the end, but that's it. And maybe 4 miles the other direction to get to a different place, you know? Other than that, it's one long straight stretch. So if I go out on my bike, if I take up skateboarding, or if I start running outside again, instead of on the treadmill at home, it's so dull to just ride up and down the same stretch of street. I think I'm gonna start doing it anyway. Gotta do something, you know? But not today. It snowed 8 inches yesterday, I think, minimum. Probably more. Here's my special hobby. It's get on there and play kind words, you know? We're not gonna write that down. Maybe there's a person like me in the corner of the world. In that way, I tell myself to build up own inner contracts, not from the outside world. I want to have a nice relationship with myself, but I can't do it now. I will guess whether I am rich in my spirit world. F is working on his self-reflection and maybe respect. And that's good. And that's good. That's definitely a good thing. What do I say to it, though? I don't really have anything to say to it. Um.
How do we want to phrase this? We want to say you have value, I guess.
You have value. Self confidence, self respect. You're cool. Um. Sport. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Uh. Um. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Restraint. I don't know. I don't know. This is kind of we're kind of preachy here. Uh... This is the same sentence twice in a row. Let's do, this. I mean, there wasn't really, like, a relationship advice problem here, right? They were just talking about building themselves up. And I think this is okay. Build yourself up. Build yourself up. Make yourself a stable person. Happy. And then push the happiness onto other people. You gotta take the love you make. And put it into someone else's heart. Pumping someone else's blood. I feel like I'm whining to my partner all the time. I know life is busy and it's hard to devote a set amount sometimes, but 10 minutes a day or a quick few texts isn't much to ask for. I've never felt more lonely than the relationship I'm in now. I don't know, man. That might be one to bail on. Not that... To be clear, in my previous relationships, I was the person on the other side of this, you know? You get distracted, school, or video games, for that matter. And all of a sudden, you know, girlfriend texts and you don't text her back for an hour. That said, my ex-girlfriend maybe could have handled it better. I could have handled it better, certainly. But it's not a good thing, you know? To be clear, though, I was texting her constantly. That girl wanted to text non-stop, and the hours where I was playing video games completely distracted, not texting her, that was the only time I wasn't texting her. So, not exactly the same as this. To, like, give myself a little cover, you know? Make a little excuse for myself. But, it's still not good, you know? Gosh, I don't know what to say to it, though. I'm on the wrong side of the equation for this one. I'm the wrong person to give advice to Em about this shit. Because in my head, I'm thinking of my past relationship where I still don't think it was that big a deal. You know? My ex-girlfriend was very emotional. Very, I would describe her as unstable. At this point, looking back on it, you know, I loved her. She was an unstable person. She's not good emotionally, and not a good person to have a disagreement with, maybe. There wasn't a pleasant conversation to be had about my fucking texting habits, you know? But I think I'm still not quite the right person to give M advice about this shit, you know? Because it is a real problem. As much as my ex-girlfriend blew it way out of proportion, I think it's still a problem. But yeah, I think my shit's skewed about it, so we're gonna skip on that one. I've come to the realization that I'm not attached to anyone in my life. Not my family, my friends, not even my partner. I wouldn't feel anything if they left, and if they don't keep contact with me, they'll be completely gone from my life without question. Is that strange? That's kind of strange. But also not that strange. I think it's really easy to lose contact with people. Good morning, Mascuda. Hello. Do you think it's strange to not care about your friends and family? I think it's kind of strange. I don't know if that's what A's gonna want to hear, though. But I also don't really know what to say to it. I don't really know what else to say about that. In this letter. Gosh, I don't know. I think whatever I write here, it's going to end up painting A in an unsympathetic light, you know? However I respond here, because I'm thinking it in my head, it's going to end up on the paper, right? A's probably a little bit of a selfish person. A's probably not that good a friend or family member or partner, you know? It seems like A's not taking part in building the relationship that he's got. Or she. And maybe I shouldn't write that down. Maybe we have that all in our head and we should try and write something that doesn't express that feeling, you know? We're suspicious of A off the bat. Do we skip it, though? Or do we try and write something? Maybe it's that... Maybe it's that they are the one contributing everything to all of those relationships. You know? Because it's all two-sided, right? Every relationship's got two sides. And I think the way I initially read this was that A could take it or leave it, and he's getting bombarded with all these relationships that he doesn't care about. But maybe it's the other way around. Maybe A's bombarding everybody else, and he's feeling that they're not giving anything back. He or she. And he's getting a little resentful of all the work he's putting in, you know? Not getting anything out of it. I don't know. Alright, I think I've cured myself of my less than charitable take on A. But now I don't know what to say still. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family about it. He doesn't give a shit about his family anymore. What are they going to say? Terrible first sentence. Doesn't say anything. We will start with an answer to his direct question, though. What do we say? It seems to me that there is some sort of imbalance between there may be a but Anyway, you're going to be okay. I don't know shit, man. I feel like I struggle sometimes putting my thoughts into words, you know? Hit him with a banana.
I sit here for 5 minutes thinking about what I want to write, and I still don't come up with shit, you know?
I guess that's part of what we're doing here. That's part of why we do the weekly words, I guess. Lately I've been pulled apart in many directions, trying to get things done and make up the time for not doing it due to ADHD and autism. Lately my mind is like, we're no good separate, please make us whole, while I thought it significantly meant something help. This shit don't make no sense to me. We're no good separate. Please make us whole. We're gonna take a pass on this one. Maybe this is me. Maybe my brain is fractured, broken. And the reason that I can't put this fucking sentence together in my head is because my brain is broken too. Lately, I've been pulled apart in many directions, trying to get things done / make up the time for not doing it due to ADHD and autism. Lately, my mind is like, we're no good separate, please make us whole, while a thought. Do I think that they meant while it's a thought, or did they mean to type something completely else, completely other? While a thought. It significantly meant something. Help. You know, this part, all the way through this, a little bit run on, kind of makes sense. This bit, throwing me way the fuck off. While a thought, it significantly meant something. Help. You know what? Let's just move on. Kind Words Day is not about me learning to read. I'm sad now. They just tell me that the job I should choice. There's no happy things happening. They just tell me that job I should choice. This is probably the first F that we responded to again. May I realize it by this app. Oh, eat something. Oh shit, I should eat something. What do we love about ourselves? Not much. How are we gonna? We can't say thanks for the reminder without saying what we love about ourselves, though, and no excuses are allowed. So, uh, mm, anyway, you're cool. Here's a turtle. I'm in love with a girl from my class. She usually sits beside me during some classes and we chat about anything. We also hang out sometimes with our group of friends. We've been talking more lately and it's honestly been kind of nice. What should I do with my feelings? Reveal them. Do not hesitate. No hesitation. I'm trying to get back into dating, but every time I meet someone and we set up a date, they end up ghosting me or canceling. It's kind of discouraging. I'm the wrong person to give you advice there. I'm gonna fail geography. I'm an international student at a new school in a new country, so I know nothing about geography. It doesn't have anything to do with geography. What do I do and how to revise TAT? Ugh, scream. You would think an international student would know even more about geography. I guess, maybe they're a dirty American visiting someplace else. A dirty, unwashed, unknowledgeable American doesn't know Spain from France. Elsewhere in the world, can't remember what country they're in. I don't know. Fear does not exist in this dojo. Does it? You want to be on camera? Here's me. I'm gonna be able to see him. Hey. Let's see. We'll go back to no camera. Fear does exist in this dojo. Yeah, I'm afraid it does, actually. We're afraid of a lot of shit. I just feel so isolated and lonely even at work. I want to go out and talk to people, but I honestly just don't know what to say and just make a fool out of myself. What are some ways I can put myself out there and start to meet new people without acting weird? Sorry, bro. Guarantee. Guarantee. IELTS. What is that? Let's see. We're not gonna help him though. I think we're done. Do this again real fast. Let's see. Is this how we want to write this? Probably not. Maybe we don't even want to write about this topic. Trying to be vague, I guess. We're not going to bother fixing all this. All right. That was all. Goodbye.